per month.
Well, because usually January is like, people are just getting back into the swing of things after the holidays. They're trying to like financially recoup from the holidays. I think the reason we saw such momentum in the beginning of the month is because people had their stimulus checks. I mean, let's be flipping honest.
Yeah, word up.
And so February, even though we have less days in the month, it can be like so insane. I think I went, when I first hit 12K, I think I went from being 4,000 in January to 16,000 in March to 24,000 in April. So if you're not on, like, if you set a goal for this month and you're not on track for achieving whatever goal that you set, please do not stop, because if you stop now, you will lose all that momentum that you need to carry you into February, March, and April. And there's been so many people that have achieved bonuses already, and it's only flipping January. I'm like shocked. Yesterday I was planning with some of my team for the next couple months, and I was like, holy crap, we still have 3 months to achieve all these goals, you guys. 3 months in this season of the industry can move mountains in your business. So if you're like selling yourself short and you're like, oh, I'm going to achieve 4K by April, sister, no, like you can achieve 12K by April. Stop selling your dreams short and shrinking back because a goal scares the crap out of you. It should scare the crap out of you, because if you're shooting for 4K, you don't want to end up with like 3,000. Shoot for 12.
Yep.
And continually trust the process, and don't try to understand how it's going to happen. I mean, obviously you want to be strategic and understanding like who you can help that's on your team already achieve their goals so that you can, but don't be like, I don't know how this is going to happen, so I'm just not going to try. No, throw the how out the window, trust the process, do the stuff. And I swear, like when I came into January, my husband's account was at, I believe, like 4,500 or 5,000. And I told myself after the bonuses were announced, I said to myself, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm going to show up every damn day. I am going to pour into my team. I'm going to provide value to my customers. I'm going to thank them. I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to send out as many damn samples as I can and just do the thing every single day. And now his account is sitting at almost 14,000. You guys, 4,000 to 14,000.
That's amazing, babe.
Like,
congratulations again.
Thank you. And I don't want you, like, I'm not saying this about myself so you can be like, yay, Megan. I'm saying this because that is possible for you. If you're looking at somebody else and they're stealing your joy, you're comparing yourself and it's negative or anything like that, you got to unfollow them. I do not care. This is not the time for you to compare yourself and be distracted. This is the time to step into who you are, own where you're at right now, and work like you've never worked before. It's time to shut off the Netflix. It's time to get off the TikTok if that's something that consumes your time. It's time to stop the negative thoughts in your head. Say, I have a choice. That is not going to be my truth. That thought that came in that said, I can't do this. I don't know how. I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a failure at everything, so I'll probably fail at that. Every time one of those thoughts comes into your head, I want you to say that I have a choice to make a new thought right now. And my new thought is that I am going to make this happen, that my family deserves this, that I'm going to help other people along the way, that I am capable because I am on this earth and I exist and I'm worthy of every single goal, even if it scares the shit out of me. I'm worthy of achieving everything that I want in life simply because God placed me on this earth. You guys, like, you got to start believing that these things are possible for you too, because they are. I feel like I'm on fire. Anyways, do you want to add anything to that, Star?
Yeah, I was just gonna piggyback off of it. I was having a rough time. I didn't realize I was stuck in comparison, but then I reached out to Ashley Sy for advice with something about a month and a half ago. And she told me, like, even if I don't think that I'm getting stuck in comparison, I could I forgot exactly how she worded it, but she was basically saying subconsciously I could be. And I think that that's what happened. So she said what she does is she just puts her blinders up. So like she gave me a good way to explain it, and I never knew about it. Like in races, horses apparently get like something put around the sides of their eyes where they can
Yes.
only look forward. She basically gave me that. Is that called like metaphor or something? And I haven't 100% got there, but I've been calling myself out because I do find myself trying to see, like how other people are doing. And I wasn't calling it comparison, but I think that it was. I was like, oh, well, dang, I've tried posting like that and it doesn't get me results, but it gets her results. So I'm trying to basically find who I am at the same time and turn off comparison, even though, again, I didn't realize I was actually doing it.
Right.
Like I had to unfollow people and stop looking at their stuff because it was
Yeah.
just subconsciously bringing me down.
God, that's so true. Oh my God. I'm trying to look through my notes because it's so funny that you say the thing about the blinders. Because I literally wrote that down. I am not joking. When I was in prayer the other day,
Really?
I said, like, God, or maybe it was I spoke it out to him. I was like, God, allow me to be like a horse in a race where I have the blinders in and I'm not allowed to look around what everyone's doing around me, but to focus on the road ahead and what I need to accomplish for myself. Like nobody else is you. And
Yeah.
A, that's superpower. And B, somebody else, and I totally was guilty of that before I achieved the 12K bonus because I was like 400 or I was like 200 in new volume away. And I think like 600 in regular volume to achieve 12K. And this was on, I'm going to say it was on Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday morning. And right before that, there was people that were getting shouted out for an $80,000 bonus and like a 40,000.
Yeah.
Like you're going to see a lot of that around you. The first thing I thought was like, God, why am I not there yet? And then I had to stop that thought that came into my head and said, no, like I can be happy for them and know that because they achieved that, so can I. And just because it's not happening for me this month just yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen for me in April. And if I continually shrink back because I see other people succeeding around me, I will never reach that point because you guys, comparison is the thief of joy is what they say, is because, and totally with what you were saying, you might subconsciously be doing it where you're trying to like mimic other people.
I was trying to get better at doing like social media.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say the word mimic, I started finding myself and I'm like, I wouldn't post like that.
Yeah. And your audience knows the exact same thing. The people you're adding, like even if they're brand new people, if you're not authentically being yourself, people can feel that. They can feel that's happening. And for me, I said and totally with what you're saying, I was in the beginning of January, I said like, I am going to throw out everything that doesn't feel like it's coming from me and just speak my honest truth. And if there is swear words thrown in there, I'm not saying drop F-bombs on your like lives or anything like that, but I tried for so long to feel like I needed to sound perfect when I did a live or to have the perfect post that said all the right things. And I think when you get into that mindset of perfection, you will not do anything because you feel like it's not good enough. And then by not doing anything, that's killing your business too. So I just said, I'm not going to try to be like anyone else. I'm going to try to be like me. And if it's messy, if I cry, if I happen to slip a swear word, like if I feel like I'm yelling at people in my live because I want them to know what they're capable of, like I'm going to own every piece of the person I am. and not feel bad about it and not try to be like somebody else. And you guys, it changed everything for my engagement. It changed everything for my business. It changed everything for bringing people in. So as we're preparing for content this week, own whatever it is that you are going through, your story. You have to speak your story. If you're not sharing you and you're trying to be like everybody else, you will never fire the connection. It will never pop off because people don't understand who you are. If you're just sharing graphics of the sales we have, or you're copying someone else's post and just putting your picture with it, you're not living in your authentic self. You feel like a fraud, even if you don't like think I'm a fraud. Like internally, subconsciously, you're feeling like a fraud. So then you're not confident because you're trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. Dude, if you're not good with putting on presets, don't put a damn preset on. You don't have to. If you're not good at, I don't know, writing long form for text for in like a picture in a post, don't do it. Write one. If you're funny and like say stupid stuff, like write funny, stupid stuff. That's who you are. You got to be you. You got to stop pretending to be like everybody else just because they're successful. Courtney Glazer said this one time, and it totally hit with me. She said, don't copy me, copy my work ethic. Don't copy the posts I put up, copy the work behind it. So I kind of want to leave you guys with that. Shannon, you have your hand raised?
Yes, I wanted to add something to this. When I started posting more about who I am, I started bringing my warm market back in. Those people who kept saying, you're not going to be able to do this. This ain't real. They started paying closer attention and saying, well, maybe it is, because I wasn't trying to be somebody else. I was being the stupid, old, goofy ass me who lives in the old world, old school, that likes to write everything down instead of typing it. And now they're starting to believe me more and starting to ask questions. I was trying too hard to be everybody else, to be successful in a business that I only need to be myself. Star made me realize that when she said, Mom, you're working too hard. You're trying too hard.
Yes.
I stopped, and now people are asking about the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Dude, once you start owning like your like messy life, like quit trying to push the toys out of the way to make your life look like it's perfect.
That would be me. I'm like,
Because
my background looks so shitty. I got to move everything. And then the other day on one of the, I think it was Kendra or somebody she had speaking, they're like, no, like show the mess in the background. Like, so
you're more relatable.
Yeah.
I think here's the thing. If you're trying to attract people into your business, if you're making it look like your life is so together and so perfect, the people that you're trying to attract will feel like it's unattainable for them, because they'll feel like they have to live up to that too in order for them to be successful in this business. I say it all the time. Like my daughter, oh my God, you guys, the other day I did a live and my daughter came in my office mid-live. She let the flipping dogs in my office. They were like fighting with each other in my office. She knocked over my ring light. And I was like, you guys, if I can do this with all this insanity that is happening right now, like you absolutely can do this business. Like my life is a hot mess 99% of the time. But if you have a heart and you want to work hard, like you can do it. Your life does not have to be perfect.
Yeah.
So do you want to go into, normally we do commitments, and I kind of like went on a tangent this morning, but make sure you're doing your goals today so that you are set up for tomorrow, and write goals down that scare the shit out of you and commitments that you can stick to each day. If that goals, write it in present tense. Like I did this. I achieved this. Mm-hmm. Because that will start your brain, and read it every single day. If you're writing your goals down and not looking at them again, like girlfriend, they're not going to happen. You got to look at those things every single day. And when you start reading it as if it already happened, your brain does this weird, crazy things where it starts to create a path for you to make those things happen. So do you want to share your batch posting pamphlet?
Sure. So again, like I told you, I didn't reinvent this. I didn't come up with this myself. I follow Social Media by Meg on Instagram. All one word, no underscores or anything like that. And she was posting like how she does her content planning. Dude, she does it a month at a time. Now, like I told my girls yesterday, she stopped at step 9 or 10. So I don't have the rest of it. But I think the rest of it is what we cover in here, is actually planning it on your content calendar and then creating it. Okay. So before you begin creating, you have to have answers to some crucial questions because it can help you with creating. So one is what problem do you solve? Obviously, we solve many problems. So jot those down. So I put, we give energy to the tired. We help those with sleep who can't get good sleep. We help people who may be living off of government assistance and they don't want to be anymore. We help people with weight loss. We help people with weight gain, weight management. We help give sanity to the parents, whether they're doing distant learning, homeschooling, off to school, whatever it is. And we help people, make money. So take a second, jot down some problems that you feel that you solve, like either with your 3 steps or even with something else. Like I also like to post a lot about my faith. So I help bring people like out of darkness into light. And I'm so sorry for the chaos in the background. I don't know if y'all heard that. And then the next one is, who has these problems? Like, who is your target audience? So I put down quite a few. So like men and women alike, moms and dads, daycare providers, homeschool, distance school moms, teachers. Sorry, I was trying to read the. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect, Heidi. Why do they have those problems? Are they working a lot? Do they have children? Maybe a lack of sleep. Maybe they're feeling sad, because remember, we can't say depressed. Maybe they're feeling sad. They have the baby blues. Maybe they just had a baby. Maybe they're under or completely unemployed. They're couch sitters. So just real quick, go over the questions again. What problem do you solve? Who has this problem? Why do they have this problem? Next is, what do they desire? Like, what are their goals? What do you think, based off of their problems and who they are, what their goals may be? Would it be making money for their family to get off of government assistance? Would it be being able to spend more time with kids? Would it be that they just want to feel better? What may be standing in the way of that desire that they have? Is it because they're a skeptic? Maybe they've tried everything else under the sun. Maybe they have a lack of motivation. Maybe fear is getting in their way. Maybe they don't think they have enough time, or there's some self-doubt blocking them. So basically, what is their objection? Oh, that's kind of the next one anyway. So this one and the next one go hand in hand. What fears, objections, or excuses are holding them back from achieving their desires? Maybe they fear that people will laugh at them. Maybe they have an I can't mindset. Again, going back to time and money. And then how do you solve these problems and help people achieve their goals? Well, first of all, you got premium nutrition on your side. Telling them your story, your testimony. Maybe if money is an issue and you have credits, or your upline has credits, like you can make a post on credit day that you have you earn such and such amount of credits, and you are able to invest into 5 other people who want to get off the couch. Maybe you can post about how you can help them thrive for free. Maybe tell them about God if that's your thing, or self-development. So I'm just going to go over these questions again really quick. I won't go over the answers. What problem do you solve? Who has this problem? Why do they have the problem? What do they desire? What are their goals? What is standing in their way of that desire? What fears, objections, excuses are holding them back from achieving those desires and goals? And how do you solve these problems and help them achieve these goals and desires?
It is so insane. I swear to God, we're always on the same wavelength.
I love it.
So earlier in this week, I'm just going to give you some perspective. I was engaging with some people on Instagram, and I'm friends with people that are in the industry with different companies. On Facebook and on Instagram, I follow people. And because A, I think it's important, like women and supporting other women, and B, it's not like I'm trying to like get them, but if they're ever looking for an opportunity, hi, hello, I'm here. But I was engaging, and there was something, and I told my team about this, there was something crazy that I noticed. And that was like, there was one girl who did like a picture of her, like her on a Zoom with her CEO, and she was talking about her CEO in the post. Another one was like, it was a product picture of just her products and talking about how she needed, I mean, I'm sure you can understand what company they're with. She needed product testers. There was one other one that was like similar within that realm. And it had me thinking, like, as somebody that's outside of their company, I was trying to like put myself in what our audience's shoes might be. And I was reading like those things and looking at those things. And I had this like realization that nobody gives a shit about your product, like your actual product. Nobody gives a crap about your CEO and what they're doing. Nobody cares about your paycheck every single week, your own paycheck. Nobody cares about how much energy you have in the morning. You know what they care about? They care about what you can do for them, how you're going to solve their problem.
Yeah.
They're going to care about what the business is going to do for them. Stop saying I in everything you do and start saying you. Start switching the I to you, because
we learned this in the last Thrive-Palooza. Obviously it wasn't last year. 2019, Erin, whatever her name is, got on there. Yeah. And she specifically told us, and I still have notes from it, and I don't know why I don't follow those notes still, but she exactly said that. Get it off of I and put it on you, like put it on them.
Mm-hmm. Like make it so they see that you're talking to them. It's not about you.
Right.
And I had an opportunity to see her again when I went to Denver for the leadership thing there. And you guys, when I implemented that with my business, I had the month after I implemented changing it from I to you, and this was back like in 2019, my PPA volume was so high because I stopped being selfish and talking about myself. And I talked about like, imagine you, what if, how could you be a better blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I have an idea.
Huh?
I have an idea real quick.
Yes.
Make your actual page about them. And then I know our followers still like to know about us. That's what your stories are for. Oh, yay. Sorry, yes. It was a light bulb moment.
So true though. Like, and
that's a good way to look at it though, to do it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, here's an example. I said, like, in my post last night, I said, it's not just for me. dot, dot, dot. I said, it's for the woman who wants to feel like herself again. It's for the mom who wants to have energy for her kids at the end of the day. It's for the woman who wants to buy her first house and have money for a down payment. It's for the mom who needs options so she can do something for herself for once. There is somebody on my timeline that is one of them. And that is my hope, is that, because I said in my story the other day, like, it's not about the clout, you guys. It's not about like the lifestyle that I can project. It's about the impact that I can make in the people's lives. Like, I'm good. I feel good every day. I have my products. I know what they do for me. I'm not sharing my products for me. I'm not sharing for them to get myself another customer. I'm sharing them because I get the messages I get in my inbox from a mom that says, like, I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. Like, I'm doing it for them. You need to have that mentality every single day. So every time you're creating a post, whether it's about one of your 5 things, so creating your bucket, this is kind of like, we're not even like really planning content this week. We're just giving you guys some nuggets. But anytime you're sharing about your, like, you should be sharing your 3 steps in your story every single day. Because if you're not showing that your business is open, that you're actually taking the product, people aren't going to trust you, because they're going to be like, is she actually doing that thing today? Should I really reach out to her? So if you're showing your capsules, stop saying like, I feel so great in the morning because of these. No, say like, these help you A, B, C. These will help you X, Y, Z, whatever. If you have digestive issues, like, this is your jam. Like, if you need help with all the appetite control, sister, you need this patch in your life. Like, that's what you need to say. Instead of like saying like, take 2 capsules on an empty stomach, blah, blah, blah. People don't give a crap about that. They want to know what it's going to do for them. And so when you're sharing your 3 steps in your stories, talk about what it's going to do for someone else and say the word you. If you are talking, I mean, you should show your life. Yes. So like your kids being crazy and your dogs doing nuts things and you're cooking. But like, if you're cooking, it's because you're trying to help somebody else with a meal that day or that week. If you're sharing a obstacle you overcame, it's because you're trying to help somebody that might be going through that same obstacle overcome it. Everything you should do on your social media should be for somebody else. Everything, every post you're sharing, every time. And I think John Eric said this, like, your social media isn't for you. Your social media is for your audience. So like, quit thinking like, I need to post what I want to post about this sale, and start thinking about where is my audience's head at right now? Like, what do they need from me? And how can I show up that for them? So like Monday, when you're doing a motivational post, how are you helping people on the first of the month? Do they actually set goals for themselves? If you're talking about maybe a time when you never set goals for yourself, say like, who else is afraid to set goals for themselves? Or who else was never somebody who actually set goals for themselves at the beginning of the month, who just kind of winged life? And then talk about what goal setting has done for you. If you're talking about like how the products are helping you at the end of the day, take the I on Monday, take the I out and say the you. Imagine that you come home from work and your kids ask you to play and you actually have the energy to do it, or you're not dreading making dinner, or you're not, shoving your kids in front of the TV. Tuesday, when we're talking about the business, because we get paid on Tuesday, stop saying like, oh, look at all the stuff that it did for me. Last Tuesday, I was like, I'm ditching the regular, here's my paycheck, here's all the stuff that it did for me post. And I said, I was honest with people. I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like, here's another person doing another thing. Why is she talking about her stupid paycheck again? I was honest and said, like, I know you're thinking all that stuff, because that's exactly how I used to think. But let me give it to you straight. I'm not sharing this so that I can get something. Like, I'm sharing this because I know it's done for me, my life, and I want you to have the same for your life. I was honest. And I was like, I'm going to be like nobody else. I'm going to be like me, speak my truth, and like tell people straight, like, get off of the fence and let's do this thing. Like, come on. Instead of like just being like, oh my God, I'm so grateful and blessed for my paycheck this week because it helped me get diapers and groceries and da 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 da. No, be like, are you sick of going to the grocery store and swiping your debit card and it's saying declined, or are you sick of not being able to fill up your gas tank? Sister, you need to trust me in this moment, and let's do this so that I can fill up your gas, help you fill up your gas tank. I can help put groceries in your cart. Be real. It's about them. It's not about you. It's not about you getting another person on your team. It's not about you signing another customer so you can fulfill your PPA for the month. They're humans. Like, we need to start reaching out to people for humanity's sake, for community's sake, because people need it. They need what we have. Do you want to add anything, Star? I'm just kind of going off today.
Rachel would like to chime in.
Yes, go for it.
So I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding this. Basically, what you're trying to get to us is, instead of making it all about you, show them that, yes, this is working for you, but you're willing to help them make it work for them too.
Amen
Basically,
to that.
right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got that.
Were you going to add something, Star?
Oh no, that's all.
Because you guys, if you're, and I've been preaching this, I feel like all week, but if you are coming at this with your own agenda and you're not trying to help people, you might see temporary success, but those customers won't stay with you because you're not caring about them. Those team members, when they face a hardship, they're going to fall off because you're not caring about them. You got to care about other people before you, this is a service business. Service. So serve people value when you're talking about your 5 things. If you're a mom and you're talking about your 5 things for your mom, like, help another mother. Moms are struggling right now. We have kids that are home with us that we're not used to. How can you help them? What is one thing? Share on Tuesday or Wednesday. Share on Wednesday. What is one thing that helps you stay organized so you don't feel like you're losing your shit? Like, if you are a dog mom, like, what is one tip you have to get your dogs to stop chewing everything? If you're, I'm just trying to think, an abuse survivor, what is one thing that you did for yourself to get your power back? And how can you help somebody else with the same thing? We are not meant to be on this earth to fulfill our own selfish needs, you guys. We are here to impact every single life that we touch, every single person that we talk to, whether they join your business or become your customer or not. If you are only trying to help people for your own selfish gain, don't expect to be blessed for very long, because that's not why we're here. Give without the intention of expecting something back. What else is in that packet? Is it just that part?
So no, there's steps. I actually have step 1 through 9 on here. The next one, though, I think we all have covered, and if not, there is a previous Zoom that we did it about the pillars. It's about listing your pillars. So 3 to 5 pillars, which is basically, they're the broad topics that you talk about on repeat. So for me, faith in God, sharing my testimony from where I've come from to where I currently am going in life, and like self-belief, self-development, and then mom and unschooling mom life. So I think, like I said, there's a Zoom on that can get more in depth when it comes to pillars. But then you're going to need those pillars to continue on with the other steps. So like step 2, start to brain dump what topics fall underneath of those pillars. So like, what questions are you always being asked? All right, what topics are trending right now? What is being searched for by your ideal client, customer, promoter, whatever it be? So, for example, it's okay. Where I said, like, one of my pillars is, sharing like my testimony, my journey from where I've come from to where I am. One of the topic that can fall underneath of that is people needing, help with their bills and to eat, you know what I mean, for food and whatnot. So, and I think that that's a trending topic right now, at least on my news feed. Like the people that I have on my list, my potentials, that's one of the things that I see them posting a lot about, like how they're always down, how they are running behind on certain bills. They're not able to pay their rent that month because, you know, they've been out of work because of the world going to shit. Maybe they need help keeping up with their kids because their kids are now distant or homeschooled. A lot of people are asking, can you pray for me, for my family, you know, things like that. So those are the type of questions and the topics that are trending right now that go along with my pillars. Does that make
Can I
sense? Did
piggyback off that?
Yeah.
You know, people are searching, is there another stimulus?
Oh yeah.
You know, people are searching, when can I file my tax returns? Like, you guys. I've been saying this, I've been trying to say this a lot. Like, I'm like, why not get that stimulus every single month with this business? Because with the $4,000 bonus, that's like getting the $600 stimulus every single month for 8 months.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I don't know about, and like Megan was saying, it's not all about you, but the beauty about it is that a lot of us can relate to those times where we would just count down until, you know, the end of January, and we would get our W-2s in, and oh my gosh, like we're actually going to get a decent amount of money to catch up on all the bills that we fell behind on the past 12 months. Like living tax season to tax season sucks just as much as living paycheck to 3 days before paycheck. So I think that was a very good note that you added in there, Megan.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
With that though, everybody is obviously searching for is there another stimulus? When can we file our taxes? They're not going to get their tax returns back right away, obviously, but don't let that stop you from planting the seeds. That's literally all I've done all this month is plant seeds. Ever since I knew the second stimulus check was coming, I just kept planting seeds, and several have come to me and they're still waiting, or something else has come up, but they're still there. They're still coming to me. And is this
as soon as that deposit hits,
yeah, exactly,
they'll be ready to change their life.
Well, who was it that says it's like 10 no's to 1 yes?
Oh, I forget.
Because that's very true, guys. But even though they say no, it could be a no, not right now. So just keep them on your potential list. And then when you know that taxes are starting to roll in, reach back out because you've already planted that seed in there.
And keep that in your mind while you were posting. What are some of the struggles that they shared with you?
Exactly.
And then step 3 is, and this is perfect because we're going into a new month. Define your focus and your intention for your month. And it can be a bunch of different ones in one. So like, are you looking to grow your network? Are you looking to grow your leads? Are you looking to make sales from a new product or service, or an old product or service? I know we have a lot of new products coming. Or are you looking to increase your engagement and the awareness of your business or your brand? So like for me, I put grow my leads so I'm able to help people and return, get them on the 3 steps to help them change their life. And with that, I'm also looking to increase my engagement. Anything to add to that, Megan? You want me to keep going?
No, it's so good because you guys, if you think you need 10,000 followers to be successful in this business, you do not.
Nope.
You don't need 5,000 friends on Facebook. You need to be super intentional with the people that you have already. I think it's important you grow your network, yes, because you, like I said, if Target like shut its doors and only let 20 people in every week, their business would fail. And your business is no different. However, if you're thinking like, I have to get to this place before I'm going to be successful, like you're never going to get there. You gotta engage and build relationships with the people that you have now while growing.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all I have to add for that.
Nice. That's perfect. Step 4, pick 4 topics to tackle that you have come up with in step 2. So the 4 topics that, remember the ones that we put down to go with our pillars. Pick 4 of the main ones that you want to tackle and that are aligned with your monthly focus from step 3. Does that make sense? It's going to make so much more sense when I actually have these uploaded, guys. I didn't even think before I started telling you all about this that it would have been better for you guys to have this in front of you then. But like, for example, I have finding the light in dark times, sharing unschooling tips and daily-ish pictures, updates on what we do, and then needing money for family. So those are the topics that I selected to go with step 2. Now this one, I'm pretty sure we've all have done, writing out your ideal client, customer, promoter, like writing out their ideal point A to point B story for each topic. Okay. So like, now they're feeling, and what I did, I thought about how I was feeling before I started. So, now they're feeling unhappy. They feel unworthy, useless, ugly, fat, miserable, need something to happen for them to be able to pay their bills. Maybe they've been homeless or on government assistance. They know God and they love him, but they're just lost and they're scared of everything, fearful of their future, and always thinks negatively. And then where I want to help them get to is point B, happy, finding self-worth, helping support the family so they feel useful, off of government assistance, deepen their faith with the Lord, looks forward to the future, paying bills and getting family food. You know, that's a good feeling. Sorry, the boys are distracting me. Has energy to play with their kids. They feel beautiful when they look at the mirror.
Has
So
patience to deal with kids when they're being loud, right? Just
well,
they're not that loud. You can't hear them that much on this side.
Yeah, we need some extra black labels with these ones. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, when you're thinking of your ideal person, where are they at right now? And where do you think that they want to be that you can help them get to? And base your posts off of that, which is kind of like Megan was just saying a couple minutes ago about posting for them. Yeah. Make it about them, post for them.
That is so good, because then you can understand, like, when you write out your post and you pause, and you should be pausing and reading your post and saying, like, okay, if I'm somebody reading this, how is this going to help me, or how is this going to move me? Is there an action thing in it? Like, it's going to actually help me, either A, help me with my life because you're providing me value around one of your 5 pillars, or B, helping me to understand how I can change my life because of the business. That's
exactly. So now, for each topic with your point A and point B in mind, brain dump on 4 different post ideas for the one topic. Okay. So your 4 posts should be either a story post, like tell a story that your audience can relate to, a teaching post, teach them how to get from point A to point B, a viral style post, think shareable and savable, very relatable, something that they're going to want to save, or that they're going to want to share because other people. So like for me, like the abuse that I've experienced in my life, I have always noticed that those kind of posts get shared a lot, which is really sad, but at the same time, like, it'll help inspire other people. So open up to like your deepest hurts is basically what I'm suggesting when it comes to thinking of a viral style post, because it makes you even more relatable and it gives people hope. And what do we call the 3 steps? Little packets of hope, right? Like our samples. And then a controversial kind of post. And I don't mean political. Please don't do I mean, like, what makes you different on a certain topic. So for me personally, just to give you an idea, there are several different ways of schooling. Okay. There's public school. There's online cyber school, which is now referred to as distant learning. There's basic homeschool, and then there's unschooling homeschool. I do unschooling homeschool, which is not a fan favorite. It makes me different, and it could stir up some controversy, but it's definitely something that can be talked about, and just put me out there with things other than thrive, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at with that. So yeah, I don't mean political, but like, what makes you different on a certain topic? Does that make sense, guys? I hope I didn't lose you guys. I kind of lost myself. Squirrel brain.
I can bounce off of that. Like Star does the homeschooling, but I do regular homeschooling where I do my own content and everything. So I could post something like homeschool versus public school, what they don't want you to know. They always want you to
Yep.
feel like you're not capable of teaching your own kids when you actually are the best teacher for them. And I don't know anything about homeschooling. So that would be a difference
Unschooling, yeah.
between me and Star, but we could share the same type of content, but it's different.
Yep. Yep, exactly. Now on number 7, you go back to each topic idea from step 6 and start to decide what type of content it should go with it. So would it be a picture? Would it be a video? Like if you're on Instagram, would it be like a reel, or would it be like a live? Maybe like a resource infographic kind of thing. Would it be an interview or a carousel? And we didn't know what a carousel was until I think my mom looked it up. And what it is like on Instagram, I guess you can still use it on Facebook. You post like multiple pictures with like step 1, da 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 da, step 2, da 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 da, and it gets people to swipe through your pictures, I guess. And so like for unschooling, when I post about that, I would use the carousel method.
Or
Content
different
method.
slides in your stories that tell the same story where you're adding one slide after another. That's a carousel too. It's not just the pictures.
Well, no, that's a story.
But it's still
That's
considered a
different. I'm
carousel.
talking about posting, Mom.
Okay.
And then step 8 is to plan it on your content calendar. And step 9 is time to get creating. And that's where I was left off at. So listen, I know I probably sound like a squirrel, but I hope I provided some kind of help. And when I will get these uploaded to Dream Team as soon as we hop off here. So you guys maybe will be like, oh, that's what she was talking about.
Right. What was the first one someone asked?
The first one, like the first step.
Yeah.
Step 1 is list your 3 to 5 business pillars. Or are you talking about all the questions before you can begin creating?
I don't know. We're going to leave the last 10 minutes for questions because I feel like we got, yeah, she said the 4 questions. Okay.
The 4 questions. Oh, well,
Question means before question.
the before questions. Oh,
Oh yeah.
for step 6?
Like what problem do you solve? Who has this problem? Those.
Like teaching.
Okay. Yes. Got you. I'm so sorry. So a story post. Tell a story to relate to your audience. A teaching post. Teach them how to get from point A to point B. A viral style post. Try saying that 5 times fast. Viral style. Think shareable and savable, like very relatable. And a controversial type post. What makes you different on this topic? Dream Team 2020, if everybody's in there.
Yeah, I usually post the recording of this underneath the announcement for the Zoom.
Okay. Oh, so I could just post the files in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Nice. Do you guys have questions? Like, feel free. I feel like we kind of gave a lot of information today. I tried to give you some story ideas that you can post for the business in up if you scroll up a little bit. So like Monday talking about samples, packing up samples. You need to be getting out samples like every single week, you guys. It's life-changing for your business. Like samples.
Dude, my husband has been getting minis out like nobody's business. And no, I am not the one holding his phone when he does this. It is
I can vouch for that.
crazy. He's like, babe, I got another one.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up.
I can vouch for that. It's all Dylan doing it, and he's doing an amazing job.
That's so cool. But
What are
yeah,
you
you
doing,
gotta get them out. What?
I said, what are you doing, Dylan? We need to know.
Yeah,
He's
Dylan.
just talking. He's been doing his own posts, like his Flex Friday post. He was being really relatable as a dad. You know, he was doing exactly what we do, you know, making relatable posts. They're short, sweet, to the point, but and they're all dudes that are getting these samples. It's crazy. I'm so
You're like,
excited for
hell
him.
yes. What are your Monday through Sunday topics? So I just had like Monday, you can talk about like what are your goals? So motivational because it's the first of the month. Tuesday, maybe talk about like for your business. I'm trying to think. What is one
Oh, excuse me.
unexpected? Why do you want to? Were you gonna say something?
No, I just coughed and I forgot I was unmuted.
For your business, talking about like what is one unexpected thing that you gained from the business. So maybe it's like community, friendships, confidence, like whatever. Wednesday, I think this kind of goes in alignment with what Star was breaking down, is like what is one self-development thing that you're personally working on? So like what is something that you're trying to work on for yourself so that you can help somebody else? Thursday, Thankful Thursday. I think it's important to like obviously go shout out people that are on your team or that inspire you, because sometimes those people don't ever get compliments or don't ever get like thank yous and stuff like that. And so that's something I'm going to try to do on Thursdays. But as far as a post,
That's a good idea, Megan. I do notice too, a lot of folks don't always have the same leaders as other folks. They're not getting recognition or shout outs and whatnot. So just think of how you can help. It's not just about helping just to get people to buy a kit or to buy a 3-step. Like lift up your sisters and your brothers within this business too. It's really important.
And then you can talk about Thankful Thursday. Like gratitude is so important, but like how, I don't know, like what is one little thing that the products, that you're thankful for the products, how can you change that into an ID for you? Like, I don't know, imagine that you're sleeping. Like that's one benefit maybe that you weren't expecting that you got. And so for me, and I notice I don't talk about it a lot, but sleeping, that's a huge one for me. I never used to sleep. I would get up in the middle of the night multiple times. And I know there's a lot of people that struggle with that. So I'm like, why don't I talk about that more? So like one benefit that you got that was unexpected from the products that you're truly thankful for. Friday, I do sample posts on Fridays. You could do definitely Flex Friday, but I feel like so many people don't do it right. And then, and then it misses the mark. Like if you're just talking about DFTs, your audience has no idea what that means. So I don't know, like some way you can bring the community into Flex Friday or how it's helping you. Like, I don't know, what's your biggest flex? I don't know. But I do personally sample posts on Friday because then I have the whole weekend to pack them up. And then I show myself mailing them out on Saturday or Monday. Saturday, I try to show how flexible my business is. So like how I'm able to work it from home with my kids being here and having that ability. And then Sundays, I talk about planning my week in my stories. So like these are things you can use for your stories or for posts too. And Vicky, it's in the Dream Team page. So that's where I post the link for this. So I will post the link for the YouTube recording of this as well. Anyone else have questions? No?
I got something funny to share.
Yes, please do. Funny's good.
I always go to and look for those like weird and wacky social media holidays.
Mhm.
February is going to be quite interesting because they actually have a work naked day on February 5th. And on February 6th, it's shower with a friend day.
What?
Don't post that stuff. You might.
I'm not doing that.
Down.
When you think you're looking up for weird social media holidays, that's something you can actually post about to have people laughing though. Do you
Yeah,
know
you're like,
a
who
national
created
naked
this
day?
holiday? Like,
Right.
work
was-
naked day. What?
But working at home, you can do that if you want.
Okay, I want to answer this question. Where do you hold your batch postings and stories on Sunday for the week? So listen, what I personally do, like if I do pictures, I have a certain folder, and I swap out the folder name every week within my phone. And then my posts, I actually write them down, like just notes. And then I use in my phone either like a notebook app, or I just send a message to myself in Messenger. And that's where I store all of my posts.
So for me, I put all of my pictures that I take for the week. So whether that's like, I try to recycle in my Instagram, especially like I want one picture of myself. I don't want it all to be like Megan face, Megan face, Megan face, Megan face. So I try to do like my face, maybe like my workspace, my house, my like something that has no person in it, but like a lifestyle one. And then I try to do one that's like one of my 5 things. So my kids, my dog, my family, one of those things. And all those pictures I have in a folder. Love you. I have in a folder that's labeled content so that I can just pull from them whenever I want to. And I'll take like multiple pictures of a bunch of stuff and I will just leave it in there and say like, oh, I want to use this picture from like 2 weeks ago for this one. Like you don't even have to just do it from this week. I mean, if you like change your hair color, your haircut, maybe, but, and then for my posts that I create, I have a Google Doc. So I use Google Drive for everything. So I have a Google Doc that's like a working document that just says posts, and I will just type in there. And then like when I'm done with it, I'll delete it and I'll just keep typing. You guys, sometimes I recycle posts from my memories. Like, don't think you need to reinvent the wheel. If I wrote about something that was a really good post like a year ago, I will repurpose it. I will maybe like change it up a little bit, but I will like copy those and put them in that posting document too. So that's what I do. And then I have a whole folder in my Pinterest that's called like IG ideas, which has like pictures, ways that I can like, I don't know, like organize things like pictures so that they look nice, different ideas of how I can pose with my family outside, like stuff like that. That's what I do for that. And then I have a content folder too. So that gives me like ideas of, and I just I'll take like 10 minutes to scroll through Pinterest and look for content ideas in IG pictures. Yes, they are. They are so gold because you can pull like sometimes in memories, I'm like, man, was I negative? Woo. And I will like use that and be like, yo, look at how negative I was back in the day. Thank God I have Thrive that makes me positive or feel better so that I feel like I can be better. So funny.